just your thoughts on the second scrimmage?
I mean, we got 85 reps today, and that's just offense, defense, and then there's special teams as well. So, I mean, we got more work than we did last time. Then we powered through it. You know, a couple guys got banged up in there, but overall, relatively healthy, considering we're over halfway through camp. I was pleased with the effort. You know, there's plenty of execution things that we got to clean up on both sides of the ball and teams. I'd rather watch the film before I really comment on that. But overall, I thought the effort was there. It was the first time in 2 years that we've had a scrimmage with officials, play clock, full infrastructure, and so I was pleased with that because there's management in that, and there's only one way to replicate it, and it's by doing. And that's what I keep telling the players. We got to play the game before we play the game. And today I thought we did.
When you talk about the effort, is that as important right now as anything else?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, you know, you always say it's got to be basically guaranteed. You know, the effort needs to be there. But watching them strain, you know, as they get tired. I mean, the ones took 38 reps today, which is more than what we originally intended for, but we kind of wanted to let them play the game because we need to make sure that we're conditioned and we're ready to go for when we have a game, obviously, in about 2 weeks. So, you know, I thought overall the strain was there. We'll see how the film. You know, always Phil don't lie, just so I can put it, but I did feel the strain was there.
What can you give us for an injury update? Okay, Andre groin didn't play today.
Yeah, Andre's
Miller ankle.
Yep.
The other Miller ankle. He said out a week. I mean, where are you as far as what else? What other injuries?
Yeah, they both should be fine.
Yeah,
They both should be fine. I mean, we got a few guys right now. You know, obviously Logan went down out there. We had a few guys who got some nicks and bruises, things like that. Matthias is fine.
He's fine now.
Yeah,
okay.
you went today. We had a couple guys like Ryan Lee has stinger, but he's gonna be fine. Both Ray and Andre Miller, they'll be back. So they didn't scrimmage today, but they scrimmaged last time. So, you know, you evaluate that as you go. But we're in the middle of camp, so I mean, there's going to be some guys that got to sit out and things like that.
Vaccinations going. I guess you're all on cue.
Yeah, I mean, after I finish talking about the scrimmage, then I got to talk about the vaccinations. So that's what I finished doing. We got vaccinations today. They'll be doing that actually after they shower and go eat lunch. So we got another set coming today. So that's just as important as anything else.
Should be all systems go.
Yeah.
September 2nd.
Yep.
How much of the walking wounded, you know, a lot of boots flying around here, just load management, you know, what's the...
Yeah, we wanted to push, you know, the first week I thought we pushed really well and got to that point, scrimmaged, and then, I said to them, usually the second week of camp is the toughest, physically and mentally, you know, because you're really in camp. So I wanted to push through today, and again, I think the load management now is where you really start looking at that. We got through today, we got a lot of reps, the guys felt that, so now you got to take care of them, and I think that's important. You know, when you look at the grand scheme of things, you got to be healthy and have your players in order to win. So, you know, we can do whatever we want. We can be out here for as long as we want. You need your players in order to win. So we're going to take care of them now. I thought they worked. So there's execution things we got to clean up. But overall, I think the effort's there.
Any word on Logan at all? I know it just happened.
I don't react to the moment. I'm just thinking about him, and hopefully he's okay.
Couple guys that sit out. What role? Where have you seen him? I mean, obviously he came on at the end of last year.
Yeah, I mean that room right now is very, very competitive, and probably one of the more, I guess, units with a lot of continuity from the spring. You know, and right now, guys, they've been super competitive. I mean, it's Andre, Devin, Henny, Mike Monios, Montego Moss, Xavier Scott has had a huge camp. Like these guys are all competing very, very hard with each other, and they're fighting. And the continuity that we're seeing in that group is really good right now. And their playmaking ability, there's things they got to clean up, just like anybody. But I am pleased overall with that.
And he's just reliable.
He is reliable. He goes hard. I mean, he loves playing ball. You know, he's somebody who has energy every morning, and again, kind of one of those guys who you love working with.
And we look at the Grunch, look at PJ Barr, who's all conference at Bucknell, and he looks like he's going to fit right in.
Yeah, no, he's going to play for us, and you know, up front, we're still good. He's done a good job. I mean, he's been moving around because we've been pretty banged up front. You know, that's probably one of the particular positions that we got hit with the injury bug a little bit, and Coach Zaki's done a really good job managing that. We got to run the football better, you know, in general, and I'm always going to probably say that, even when we actually run it adequately. But I felt like overall, with the movement of the offensive line, particularly PJ, he's played every position so far this training camp because he's capable of doing that. No, I mean, they're very good. You know, there's guys that got to improve and all that, but PJ's done a good job.
What have you seen from Fofi and some of the other grad transfers? I know we talked about Ray last week, which is, you know, seeing those guys, especially on defense.
Yeah, I mean, they got, you know, integrated the team pretty quick. You know, I don't think that really took very long. I think this summer having them up here is really, really important. I've mentioned that before. You know, it's not like they just showed up. You know, they've been here, so Fofi's been here a whole year, you know, so he's a part of this team. And I always bring it up. Andre Miller's a transfer. You know, and a lot of people forget that, but, you know, I Andre's a transfer, but once you fully get acclimated to the team and our culture, they fit in. The guys done a good job fitting in. They really have, and our culture is pretty established at this point over the last particularly 3 years. So I think the guys know what the standard is and what to expect.
I know you talk about the culture all the time, but is there something in particular, specifically about camp, about bringing the new guys in that goes on, or some sort of tradition or something, some acclimation type deal?
We've been doing some different things this year. After the pandemic, we're still in the middle of the pandemic, but in terms of the spring, we've been doing a lot of in-person, position intros and having some fun and doing those things. So a lot of our team meetings are very focused on meeting and learning about our teammates and coaches. So we've been doing stuff like that pretty much every night. And obviously there's some nights where we got to look at some other things and have different types of team meetings. But a lot of it has been very team focused and getting to know each other, because that was one of the things that was hardest last year. I mean, everybody was masked, everybody was new relatively, or had been in the program but had been away for the whole summer because we couldn't be here. So I think getting to know each other and becoming a team has been critical. Even guys just hanging out in the locker room, you can't replicate that stuff, and we didn't get any of that in the spring. So right now, I feel like we're pretty close as a team. You have to put them in adverse situations in practice in order to replicate it in the game, and that's what obviously we're working on.